Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me okay? It sounds awfully loud. I'll try not to talk directly into the microphone. My name's John Peters. I'm the Service Parts and Body Shop Director for the Uftring Auto Group here in the Peoria area. I'd like to welcome you all this evening. I know this is a little bit unconventional. It's certainly been an interesting year. Your last year of classes have certainly been different. Business has been different. Last year there was no graduation, so we're happy to be able to be in this environment and at least get together for a little while to celebrate your achievement for graduating from the GM ASEP program. I'm a graduate of the program myself. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago, but it's been a long time. I still work for the dealership group that was my sponsor back in the day, so I'm very blessed to have made a career out of my 2 years at school. It wasn't here. There wasn't a program here back when I went through, but it's the same thing that you as graduates went through today, and it's afforded me a lot of opportunities in life, and I'm very blessed to be able to do what I do. So tonight was designed to, again, get together for a little period of time, have a couple of people come up and talk. It's kind of designed to be a mask-wearing, touchless, no handshaking, all that kind of stuff thing. So, we're blessed that ICC has allowed us to do this. So if we can all abide by that, would be very nice. We've got our plaques and things up here, and instead of the traditional handing things out and shaking hands and all that kind of stuff, that will look a little bit different. But we're happy to be able to get together to celebrate your achievements. And with that, I would like to introduce Dr. Sheila Quirk-Bailey, ICC President.
Good evening, everyone. You guys are all 6 feet away, right? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to, I've never been accused of needing a microphone, so I'm afraid to get this too close. But welcome to Illinois Central College. We are so delighted we could have you with us tonight. Ordinarily we'd be breaking bread together, and it would be a much bigger celebration than we're going to have tonight. But we are very excited that even though for our second year in a row we can't have full graduation and full banquets as we've had, that we could have this group together and celebrate your history and your accomplishments. And even though it's in a bit of a hybrid situation, we are just delighted you could join us here tonight. Tonight we have so many reasons to celebrate. As the COVID vaccine becomes more readily available, we can start resuming some activities, but the activity we never wanted to put off due to a pandemic was the celebration of all of you and your significant achievement, which is what tonight represents. When you talk about our entire graduating class, which you are a part of, we have 1,253 reasons to celebrate. That's how many students will graduate this year. And if you take a look at what that represents, those graduates span an age range from 17 to 77. We have 158 graduates who have a GPA over 3.75, including 55 who graduated with a 4.0. We have over 684 who earned a transfer degree, and 569 who earned an applied workforce or certificate, and 83 students who have earned multiple degrees. But tonight, as we sit here, this gathering represents so much more than just the numbers. It's really the people behind the numbers that are so important. It was such a big reason that we wanted to make to ensure that this group could get together. Since 2001, the GM ASEP program at Illinois Central College has been pairing the efforts of expertly trained faculty with the support of area businesses and with General Motors to train the next generation of Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac technicians. Students are sponsored by GM dealerships or AC Delco certified repair centers. And as you know, you have paid internships that cycle you through. So when you complete this program, you're approximately 80% through GM's product-specific technical training, and that's really saying something. That is quite an accomplishment. We're so proud of all of you. We are delighted to host this tonight to bring together ICC faculty administration, students and family, auto dealers, and corporate representatives of General Motors. This is an opportunity to celebrate the hard work of this year's graduates while recognizing all of you who supported them. No one in life accomplishes anything alone, right? And it's the support of your faculty and your institution and your family and your employers that make this all possible. And we're so proud that we can bring this all together. Our graduates this year made the smart choice in pursuing a technical career in an exciting industry that continues to evolve and will provide opportunities for lifelong learning and opportunities well into the future. So as we celebrate each and every one of our graduates, I want you all to know that you are our inspiration. You are the reasons why this college exists and why employees come to work at ICC. When we see exemplary students like the students in the GM ASEP program, we are inspired beyond measure. We are inspired to find new ways of removing barriers to your success, to make your college journey just a bit more achievable, and are inspired to create partnerships like the one we have with GM dealers and GM corporate to help you enter a high-demand, high-wage career. And we are inspired to push you academically to ensure you are prepared to enter a four-year institution if you so choose, and are well prepared to finish those certifications, right, and move forward in your career as an automotive technician. We hope you know that your success has been our number one goal and that your future is our priority. You are what matters to us. Like Napoleon Hill said, to be inspired is great, to inspire is incredible. Be proud of the fact that you continually have been our inspiration as you move forward in hands-on courses that couldn't be hands-on, as you move forward in learning how to learn online as we were learning how to teach online, right? And still meeting the same standards, right? And earning the same credentials as other classes have. Your grit, your ingenuity, and your ability to see things through a difficult time is a life lesson that will help you through your career well into the future. I'd also be remiss if I didn't recognize those of you who are the first ones in your family to attend college, and we have some of you here tonight. You have overcome generations of barriers and know you inspire us to keep doing what we do every day. So finally, I would like the graduates to please join me in thanking those who have supported you along your educational journey. Please take a moment to thank those closest to you, your parents, spouses, children, family, and friends. Thank you for your support. This is also a celebration for you. So thank you for what you've done for our graduates. Now join me in recognizing those who have worked diligently to prepare you for this important day. These are the people you will remember most. The faculty and staff who inspired you, the faculty and staff who generate comments every year like, I wouldn't have completed my degree without their help, or I earned an A in that class because they believed in me. Please join me in recognizing the faculty of the GM ASEP program. Please know that we do believe in you, and we wish you success, happiness, and the independence that a technical degree in the automotive industry provides. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021.
Dr. Bailey, thank you. I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Brian Dennison, who is the owner and general manager of Ray Dennison in Nikem.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be with or without a mask, but I'm happy that it's without a mask. If I had to choose when I was going to speak, I don't know that I would have followed the last two. Those are excellent remarks and some of the same remarks that I had. But representing the dealership, I just want to say congratulations also to all the graduates. You picked a very good career. You know, a lot of kids graduate from college today, and there's not a lot of jobs sometimes waiting or good jobs. You are in high demand. You picked your career very wisely, and we need you, and we look forward to starting your career with you. So just thank you for that. The other thing that I'd like to just quickly mention is, you know, with me being in the dealership, and this is my 31st year at the dealership, and it's a family-owned dealership, you know, I think about often, and my dad ingrained it in my head many times over the years, that it's really easy to sell the car, but the key is the service department, because that's what keeps people coming back. And if you don't have a good service department, you're just not going to go very far. So you guys, and you know, I remember during COVID, when COVID first began, I think I kind of remember it being like the last week of March for us, and everyone's kind of in a panic and not sure what to do, and most employees didn't want to be there. And you know, I remember we kind of went down from 80 to maybe 15 employees. And the governor said the service centers are essential, and so they must remain open. And I would say to you that you are essential, and more essential than ever. And again, we recognize you tonight for your achievement, for your hard work, your perseverance, and your dedication. And we're so proud of you. And we look forward to beginning your career with you. I think there's just really good things to come. Obviously, when you graduate, there's more training, and there's a lot of hands-on, and there's, you know, a lot of things that have to happen. You have to be patient. But I know that you guys are going to all do quite well. I want to just quickly mention, though, during COVID, there was only, I said, around 15 of us at the dealership, and I was one of them. And, you know, we all have a different COVID story. I know so many people were at home and doing different things, and, you know, obviously with an auto dealership, there's responsibilities. And Harrison, who we sponsored, he was one of our 15. And, you know, I don't think I could be more impressed with the young man than I am with Harrison. He's selfless, he's hardworking, he has a can-do attitude, and I got to know him so much better during COVID because I was in all the departments so much more, and I know he represents all of you and the way you are as well, and just someone that would do anything he could to help our organization, whether it was related to technical or ASEP or if it was anything, helping a customer. I don't know, I think you've done a little bit of everything, haven't you, Harrison? I think you've driven customers home and all sorts of different things. So I just want to say thank you to you for that, and all the hard work that you've all put into this. Just like has been mentioned, it's been an interesting year. It's been an interesting year, but it's kind of nice to be where we're at, and I think we're all kind of ready to get back to more of what would be the new normal at whatever point that'll be. So lastly, I'll say this, and you know, have high hopes, have high dreams. Our service manager just retired after 42 years at our dealership. No, I haven't been there that long. But our new service manager, like Mr. Peters, is a ASEP graduate. Now, he is from ICC, but he's an ASEP graduate. So there's opportunity for you. I don't think the future could be more bright. We need you more than ever, and we definitely look forward to working closely with you in years to come. So thank you very much, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Brian. At this point, I'd like to bring up Trevor and Matt.
So the GM ASEP program is designed to provide GM dealerships and AC Delco service centers with the next generation of auto techs. We all know that. These technicians are going to have the best possible education and technical background to tackle the challenges of working on cars today. And the future is going to be even more challenging. So this requires the sponsoring dealership management to have the vision and the foresight to recognize the need for continued growth of the service departments and take the necessary steps to make the commitments and their investments in these young people to ensure that those positions are filled. And while the purpose of the GM ASEP program is to support our various retailers, the program is wholly dependent on those retailers, right? It's a bit of a three-legged stool. You hear them refer to the college as a three-legged stool. We're supported by the state, we're supported by tuition, we're supported by property taxes. Well, GM ASEP is very similar in that our students are supported by the college and faculty here. They're supported by General Motors, who supplies training and supplies components and vehicles and all that. But arguably, most importantly, they're supported by these internship opportunities where they have the chance to actually put their new skills and new knowledge to work. And so we would like to recognize the sponsors of our students tonight. Many of you have sponsored many students over the years. Some of you, not so many. I don't think we have any brand new. Do we have brand new? We don't have any brand new sponsors here this year. But anyway, as I call the name of the business, have a representative from that business come up, please, and take your certificate of appreciation, and then stay up and for a quick photo maybe. And again, thank you to the dealers for sponsoring these guys and helping us help them be the young men that they are. And we appreciate that. First on my list is Grau Chevrolet Buick. Grau is in Lincoln, Illinois. Green Chevrolet. This is the Green Chevrolet on North Knoxville in Peoria. Lehman Chevy City. Anyone here? Nobody's here. Mid-State Transmission. Don't have someone here. We will. Ray Dennison Chevrolet. Uftring Weston Cadillac Chevrolet. And then Uftring Chevrolet. John's going to stand up for Uftring Chevrolet. Uftring Chevrolet was where you spent most of your early career, yeah? Mine as well. And Velde Cadillac Buick GMC. So a little round of applause for our dealer sponsors. Next up, Matt is going to acknowledge students that have taken and passed ASE exams. So, Matt, we
some fresh air. I'm gonna take a minute and look over the room. I think I saw most of you on the way in, but I just want to say how much of a pleasure and privilege it is to be here with you all tonight. John mentioned being a graduate of the program. Trevor and I are both graduates as well. So keeping to that, looking back towards the history of what ASEP has done and what it's going to continue to do. The program started here in 2001. Trevor, what year did you graduate?
2008.
2008. I graduated in 2012. And this is only my second event as an instructor. I guess my third if you include being here as a student. And it's quickly become one of my favorite because of all of you. This event, it gives us, more than anything else that we do, I think, we get to know the students pretty well, maybe too well sometimes. It gets pretty familial, and the good and bad that comes with those kinds of relationships comes with it. We get to know the sponsoring dealers and some of the technicians there as well. But this is the first time, really, that we get to see the family members that are here, the friends maybe that have been supporting these students all throughout their life. So it really is such a great opportunity to get that taste of how the community has come together to make this happen. So thank you all for coming, and I'm excited for the rest of the evening. I'm excited to see what happens with all the graduates moving forward. So Trevor mentioned, all that aside, I am here to recognize ASE Certification and the students that have taken those tests. We like to talk a lot about self-improvement when we're talking with students as they continue to go down the road as technicians, what they're going to continue to do to better themselves, to improve their skills and hone those over the years. And ASE certifications are a good way that they can do that. Some information about ASE, officially what that stands for. If you don't know, it's the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence. Their primary focus is certifying service individuals so that they can offer tangible proof of their technical knowledge. ASE certified professionals mean peace of mind for automotive service managers as well as their customers. In addition to running these certification tests, ASE is also, worth mentioning, our accrediting body for our program. So every 5 years, we are responsible to turn in proof, and they come in and make a visit and make sure that we are providing all of the core foundational content in our programs that our students need to succeed in their career. So ASE certification tests, a little more about those. They're not a walk in the park. Only about 2 out of every 3 test takers pass their first ASE exam. So to that note, I want to mention that all of our students have completed at least 2 ASE exams. And I think in light, I don't want to give COVID too much more credit than it's due, but in light of what the last year has been like, for all of our students to have taken the time to find the time in their schedule and to prepare themselves for those exams is definitely something that's commendable. So I thank all the students for taking the time to do that. In addition to everyone taking at least 2, I want to recognize 3 of our students who passed several ASE exams. And so I'm going to invite you guys to come on up. Trevor's going to show you over here on this table. There's a couple bags with some gifts we have for you just to recognize the effort that you've put in. So Floyd Henderson, Brian Ginger, and Kevin Culhane. And Kevin, little extra recognition, Kevin completed 7 out of the 8 core ASE exams. Go ahead and grab one. They're all the same. I think there's a different candy bar in there, so you can horse trade for those if, if there's a different one. Let's get a picture with you 3. Good? Oh, there's one more. One more coming. All right, another round of applause. And another encouragement to all of our graduates, keep working on those exams. You're going to be in a career. It's really easy to compare yourself to other people, and I've tried to encourage you not to do that, right? The biggest person you should be competing with is yourself, right? Keep working on improving yourself. Be that technician who's ready to work on whatever comes through the door. Be that technician who goes all the way to show their service manager and their employer that they're there to get the job done, that you're there to take care of customers. And completing these ASE exams are a big way to do that. And also that one last reminder, if you're interested in getting that GM World-Class Technician certification, each of these ASE exams has to be completed in those content areas. So keep working at those, guys, and thanks for your hard work.
So next up, we're going to present an award that we don't always do. Okay, so we have a couple awards coming up that we do every year. This is one that is kind of special, and that's why we don't do it every year. So it's been a few since we've had this, since we've done this. 2016, I think it was. And we call this award the Determined Student Award. And in the case of the Determined Student Award, we're looking at an individual that maybe didn't have the best start, maybe didn't have the best chance, maybe didn't think they could do it, maybe they didn't have the tools, maybe they weren't even motivated. So it really kind of depends. We get all walks of life coming in our doors here. We have super motivated people, we have people that are hesitant and maybe a little unsure about whether they've made the right choice or not. For whatever reason though, sometimes we have students that don't get a great start. Sometimes a great start leads to a not so great ending. But in some rare cases, a slow start sometimes becomes a fantastic outcome. And we have one of those students this year. So this year's award winner really turned it on after having a couple tough turns. Really turned it on this last year, and in particular this last semester. He could be seen staying after class pretty much every single day to study, to work on projects. It became a little infectious, and pretty soon some others were participating in those activities, which is really the kind of stuff you want to see. But beyond just what we saw here at the college, this same individual was excelling and accelerating in the job place. And I printed off a couple emails here that happen to have a couple comments, name redacted for a moment. He's been a great asset to the service department. His drive and ability to learn has turned him into a bona fide technician. He's always looking for opportunities to help and progress. Please send us more interns like him. Triple exclamation point. And then this one. I've been in this business for 40 years and have seen a lot of technicians in my time. He is one of the most promising prospects that I've ever seen. His level of automotive knowledge is way above where most people his age are. I feel he could step right in tomorrow as a line tech and never miss a beat. He does whatever he is asked to do and more. He is an outstanding individual who I am proud to work with. Congratulations. And we feel the same. Matt and I feel the same. So, this year's Determined Student Award winner is Jay Thomas. So I forgot to mention, not only do we have a little trophy there for Jay, but we also have a gift card for some restaurant. So nice job, man.
Congratulations, guys, on the ASE test. That's one of those things that proves that you can do it, proves that you can study, proves that you can take a test. They're not easy. It's been a long time ago that I did them. I'm not going to lie, I've not kept them current. But still an important piece of this business. At this point, I'd like to introduce Keith Grimm. He's a service manager at Lighthouse Buick GMC and the president of the Mid-Illinois Service Managers Club. He's going to present the club award this year. Keith?
Thank you. I feel like I need to make a mass comment, so I'll teach y'all. At the airport, when you're feeling, I've flown a few times in this last year, and it gets to be, when you get a little claustrophobic, you have either a Starbucks or some water, you can hang it like this, and you can be like that all day, and no one says anything. So, but like he said, I'm Keith Grimm. I'm fixed operations manager at Lighthouse Buick GMC, and really it's fancy for stay out of people's way and let them do their job. And in automotive, there's 3 ways you make money. It's sell a car, sell a part, and sell an hour of service, labor. So effective right now, all of you graduates are worth a lot more than I am because I don't do any of them. I got voted in the president of the Service and Parts Managers Club right when COVID hit. It was perfect timing. And so we haven't done too much until a few months ago. But we get together and collaborate between different dealerships. Being franchised with GM, there becomes, it's a good partnership, and it's a great one. There is a lot of different programs that goes on, and it's very complicated, and it changes a lot. And so having that group that getting to get together and that we can share ideas with and share different things with is really good to have. And then usually there's always GM representation there too that can kind of lead us, and it's kind of like the bumpers at when you're bowling. They kind of just keep you going down the right path. So it's a great partnership. Every one of the dealers that is in this club can have a sponsorship opportunity with ASEP. And so everyone that attends that loves it and loves this program. So in recognition of the value of GM ASEP at ICC to the dealerships of our region, we developed the Central Illinois GM Service Managers Club Award to honor the graduate with the best all-around performance. Selection criteria are GPA, leadership skills, technical proficiency, dependability, maturity, and excellent internship performance. Tonight's winner has proven to have all these things. In the classroom and on the job, he has shown maturity, poise, and a willingness to do whatever is asked of him. His attendance at school and at the dealership has been exceptional, and his modest attitude finds good company wherever he goes. With a program GPA of 3.57, his academic performance has been excellent, and at the workplace it was no different. His manager had the following things to say after the very first internship. He was very dedicated, positive, hardworking, and executes what is in front of him. Then on the next internship, the following: he always stays focused, keeps his head high, stays positive, and takes on any task to help out. And after scoring a perfect 40 for his last internship, his manager had this to say: he is focused, positive, learns quickly, is great at decision-making, knowledgeable, and a joy to have in the shop. I think we can all agree that these are exactly the qualities that lead to great success as a technician and in life generally. So on behalf of the Mid-Illinois GM Service Managers Club, I'll be presenting a trophy and a Matco Tools gift certificate for $250 to this year's award winner. So without further ado, this year's award winner goes to Daniel Legaspi of the Uftring Weston Chevrolet Cadillac Group.
Hold that thing up.
Even more tools, Daniel. If you hold it up front of you, it looks better.
Daniel, congratulations. That's awesome. At this point, I'd like to introduce Rich Meyer, a field service engineer with General Motors.
Good evening, everybody. Congratulations, graduates. I'm Rich Meyer. I'm a field service engineer for General Motors for the area here, extending up to Chicago and really several states surrounding the area. I myself am not an ASEP graduate, so I can tell you firsthand that you have made a good decision, because I fought from a standard education through the GM path and took all the extra time there too to get to where I am, and took me quite a lot more years than just finishing my 2 years at an ASEP program to get there. So I congratulate you on your good decision, and challenge you to keep education part of your day-to-day. Education is continuous, You will know that every year when you see your numbers go down in January on your General Motors training because they add more. But really, you have doors open that are your opportunity, and your education is your path through those doors. So again, congratulations, and well done. General Motors Customer Care and After Sales is pleased to honor one of the graduating ASEP students with a presentation of a GM Certified Service Leadership Award. This award was initiated in order to recognize that there are two vital components to quality service and GM customer satisfaction: a skilled technician using GM quality parts. GM began this award in 1990. The GM Training Center operations in select ASEP schools work to develop a criteria for candidate selection. The selection is based on academic performance, technical competence, demonstrated leadership both on campus and in the community. This year's award winner has excelled in all three of those areas. While at school, he was focused, reliable, mature, respectful, and always willing to bail out a classmate with car trouble. And uniquely, he demonstrated enthusiasm for the technical details just as much as rolling coal or playing in the mud. He never fussed about being given a task, large or small. His instructors described him as an absolute pleasure to have in class, and he has completed the GM ASEP program and his degree with a GPA of 3.83 overall. This year's winner has also performed admirably while on the job, exceeding all requirements, earning A's on all 4 of those internships, and also earning the respect of his coworkers, his mentor, and his service manager. Here are some of the quotes from his dealership service performance reviews. From his first internship, he did very well this period. I feel he learned tremendous amount and is already doing quality work on his own. One semester later, the comment was, he is coming along nicely. I anticipate he will make a great addition to our team. And finally, he is maturing very well. We are very much looking forward to him becoming a full-time addition to our shop. Leadership qualities are very important for success. Success in school, success in work, and success in personal life. To recognize and identify this year's recipient, I will be presenting a special wall plaque and a $250 Snap-on tool certificate. I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2021 GM Certified Service Leadership Award for Illinois Central College is Kevin Culhane. Kevin, again, on behalf of General Motors Customer Care and After Sales and myself, congratulations on being chosen to receive this award. I would also like to add our thanks to the faculty of Illinois Central College, the supporting GM dealers involved, and everyone who supports the GM ASEP program. Customer Care and After Sales recognizes that the important role that all of you have in the future of GM technicians and the contribution you will make towards customer satisfaction and the success of General Motors and your business partners, the GM dealers. Congratulations to all of you again on your graduation, and thank you for the opportunity.
Job, Kevin.
Kevin, congratulations. Nice job. At this point, I'd like to introduce Tracy Burns, a regional warranty manager with General Motors, is our keynote speaker this evening. Tracy.
Feel the heat of the lights. Oop, sorry about that. So thank you, everybody. I can't say enough how proud I am of all the graduates that are here with us this evening. They're supporting family members who are here as well, the staff of ICC, and equally important, our dealer partners who help the graduates succeed at getting their real-life experience out at the dealership. I'll give you a quick thumbnail sketch about Tracy Burns. 40 years ago, shy of 3 days, I graduated from a 2-year technical degree in automotive service. They didn't have an ASEP program at the time, so everything that I learned was very broad brush. It covered everything. And when I came out of the school, I was fortunate enough to be hired by a Pontiac GMC Datsun dealership. If you remember Datsun from years ago. And worked at that dealership as a technician, promoted my way up through a service writer, had the opportunity to be a service manager at the store. And then lo and behold, the economy took a turn in the early 80s. Interest rates on new vehicles shot to about 21%. You couldn't give away a car. And the dealership that I worked for went into receivership because they couldn't pay their taxes to the IRS. So overnight, I found I was out of a job. And the great thing about it was, 24 hours later, I had another job. So one of the great things that you can take away from being an ASEP graduate is that you have a very saleable skill as an automotive technician. You've heard from others tonight, technicians are in high demand. Dealerships are looking to cultivate quality people. And your ability of going through the course and processing all the learning, doing the internships, and graduating from the program shows that you have what it takes to be one of those great technicians. So I commend you for all of the effort that you've put in place. Give you a quick vision of where GM thinks that we're going over the next few years. You know, we envision a world with 0 crashes, 0 emissions, and 0 congestion. So if you kind of think about how the roads are today, we have internal combustion engines, oftentimes we refer to those as ICE engines. They have pollutants coming out the tailpipe. We see a shift from those ICE engines to electric vehicles, no questions asked. In fact, Cadillac is on a path to have all Cadillacs by 2025 be electric vehicles. So there are some changes coming to the industry. You have the ability to adapt to that. You've got a great understanding of how vehicles work today. And don't misunderstand me, ICE engines are not going away. They're going to be out there for many, many years. People are going to still need to have those serviced, have them repaired. But at the same point in time, you need to be looking at that horizon, looking at what's coming in the future, so that you can prepare yourself to make that change as that model mix that comes through the dealership doors can still be serviced by you and your other technicians. At GM, one of the things that we always do as part of our meetings is we have what we call a safety message. And one of the things that I want to share with you tonight, I need your help. So by a show of hands with the graduates, how many of you know who Charlie Brown is? Okay, I don't see everybody's hand up. I see most people's hands up, okay? One of the characters in Charlie Brown is Pigpen. Everybody know who Pigpen is? Okay, he's the guy that's got the cloud of mess that walks around when he walks around everywhere. If you look at a lot of dealerships, you're going to find the technician in the shop who's Pigpen, okay? Don't let that be you, all right? It's important to have a clean, safe, working environment where you are. And I'll share a story with you that involves one of our field service engineers from the Northeast. He happened to be in at a dealership in March this year, was working with a technician on a problem with a steering vibration. They had the vehicle on a 4-post lift and had it lifted up in the air. Technician up inside was feeling the steering column. They were underneath trying to find out where the vibration was coming from. The field service engineer decided that he needed to feel what the steering wheel was like. And rather than letting the vehicle down to the ground and swapping out the person who was in the vehicle with the field service engineer, they had a stepladder close by. So they decided to use the stepladder. The person that was in the vehicle came down the stepladder. The field service engineer on his way up, foot slipped on the lift. He fell, landed on his head, was unconscious for several minutes. So from the standpoint of safety, again, that cleanliness, making sure the floor is clean, making sure your work area is clean will help you be safe, will allow you to have a long and productive career, and also hopefully make you a little more productive in your service stall. So keep that in mind as you get out to the dealership and get to work. I want to talk about opportunity a little bit. The industry has one of the greatest needs for technicians now as we ever have. We have an aging population of technicians. Many of them are retiring. Many of them, as they leave the industry, don't have the ability to pass on that knowledge to somebody else. So a new crop of recruits, such as yourselves, is extremely important to the continuation of service business at the dealerships. So again, you've picked a great time to go through this program,
picked a great career. You know, I think there's a lot of good opportunity in front of you because of that. We talked about technology changing. Electric vehicles is becoming a larger part of it. There's a lot of safety that's involved with electricity. A lot of our vehicles have very high amperage batteries, and getting in the wrong situation can kill you. So again, making sure that you get that training, that you have the safety for electric vehicles, and you're aware of what an orange wire means versus a yellow wire versus a black and red wire, can make the difference in saving your life. We have more computers involved in our technology today than ever before. We've got computers that are controlling steering. We've got them controlling engine, transmission. We've got them used to keep us in the lane as we're driving down the road. We're using radar. We're using LiDAR. We're using cameras that look forward, that look reverse. The vehicles have changed significantly in the last 10 to 15 years, and we see that with another evolutionary change coming in the next 10. So again, the challenges that are going to be put in front of you are going to be great, but again, you have the experience, you have the training from here, you know how to go out and find the answers using SI, looking at the service manual, using other resources. So again, you've picked a great time to make this jump into this career. The other thing that you have to remember is that customers trust us with probably their second most expensive investment. Short of their house, their vehicle oftentimes costs the second highest amount of money. And that's a pretty big level of trust that they put into us. So again, that speaks well for you, that you're in a career opportunity where you can have that kind of confidence placed in you. So we need to make sure that we take the time to perform the diagnosis and be technicians rather than parts replacers. And again, everything I'm hearing in the room tonight says that you folks are that type of individual. There was an old automotive analyst by the name of Don Beveridge. And Don Beveridge used to say that we must determine the customer's needs and then exceed them profitably. And the biggest thing that he was saying there was that we can fix the car, we can collect the money for it, but if we do something that's a little more, deliver a little bit more than what they expected, that is where we really truly gain customers for life. We build a retention between that customer and our dealership. They're not going to think about any place else to go for service. They're not going to think about any place else to go to buy another car. So you're a key person in that formula of making sure that we do that. And so I'm going to issue a challenge to all of you tonight. I'm going to ask you to do 3 things as you get out into the world and take on this new opportunity. And number 1 is to improve the community in which you work and live. You need to get involved, volunteer, help those less fortunate than yourself, and make your community a stronger, better place. I'm going to ask you to understand the importance of the work that you do. You impact people's livelihood, you impact the safety of the person in the car as well as others around them, and you're helping them protect a pretty big investment. And then finally, challenge you to live by 3 little words, and those 3 little words are, and then some. And then some comes from a dealership that I used to call on, and in the back of the dealer's office behind his desk on the wall, he had a plaque that said, and then some. And so one day, as we were talking, I said, you know, I've been in here several times. Tell me what the deal is with the plaque on the wall behind you. And he told me his story. He had started as a technician. He had worked his way up through the business and finally bought the dealership and owned the dealership. And he said, all throughout my career, one of the things that I always tried to do was give the customers everything they wanted and then some. And that and then some is what makes the difference and again, really ties them back to the dealership. So with that, again, congratulations on the class of 2021 for ASEP at ICC. Again, thank you to the parents, the sponsors, support from the local ICC staff. Again, I'd like to give you all a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate the words of wisdom there. And there's a lot of good information there, and hopefully you take all or some of that at least with you. At this point, I'd like to introduce Shannon Nikem and William Sanford. They are the district managers of after sales with General Motors. We commonly refer to them as our GM reps. So Shannon, Will.
All right, yeah, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you for everyone who made this event possible. And of course, we're here to recognize all you techs now to welcome you guys into the world of General Motors. We want to start off with just mentioning a quote from Henry Ford saying, anyone who stops learning is old. Whether at 20 or 80, anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. I know GM rep starting off with a Ford quote seems a little, kind of messed up, but like I said, my name is Will Sanford. I'm District Manager of After Sales for Buick GMC over here in Central Illinois, and Shannon Nikem is the Chevrolet District Manager of After Sales.
It is truly an honor to be here today to partake in the 2021 ASEP Graduation class. Amid a COVID year, you all found the motivation and the willpower to finish your degree. It is truly an exciting time to be entering the automotive world. To partake in this celebration, for those of you who don't know, GM has committed to zero-emission vehicles by 2035. This revolutionary change in our product mix, as well as countless of other advances, you will be able to experience more change in the next 10 years than the past 100. And working as a technician, you have a front row seat to that experience.
Yeah, it's really, everyone here should be really excited just about the overall opportunity, and as well as just have a little bit of respect for, what these guys are bound to go into. It feels like kind of in this generation, especially with new students and now new employees, there's kind of this stigma that really no one in this generation really likes to work, or if they are, they're lazy, addicted to instant gratification, because we're always on TikTok and Instagram, and, just kind of obsessed with that kind of world. And just having, especially with the last year being COVID, and really just all the kind of trials and tribulations that you guys went through as students, to see that you persevered and kind of went through and stuck it through with an education and putting in the hours, especially amid a year like that, it really gives us, I'm sure everyone in this room just has a lot of, hope and especially pride in the work that you guys have put in this past few years to really give them a lot of hope for what you guys are all going to go in your careers, as well as where we're going to go as far as company and industry as well.
You all pursue the path less traveled by. You've taken the time to invest in your future, and today's the day to celebrate all of that hard work with family, friends, and mentors.
As we said in the beginning, anyone who stops learning is old. Whether at 20 or 80, anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. We wish you the best of luck as you guys continue your next chapter here in automotive, and may it provide blessings for you and your family here in the future.
As I call your name at the graduate, please come forward, take your plaque, and remain until the entire class has been honored. For the class of 2021, Kevin Colhane. Brian Ginger. Floyd Henderson Jr. Daniel Legaspi. Matthew Lamont. Nathaniel Robinson. Austin Samsel. Jay Thomas. Harrison K. Wenling. And lastly, Griffin Wilson. Congratulations to you all. God bless.
Gonna do a mic drop?
I'd just like to say one more time, students, graduates, congratulations. I've been in your shoes, it's been a long time ago. You're embarking on something that is, as Tracy said, is very highly sought after. And some of you will, all of you will hopefully stay in this business. Some of you may not. Some of you may find yourself circling back to it because the car business has a way of doing that. You might think that the grass looks greener on the other side, and you try something else, and pretty soon you're like, well, that car business wasn't so bad. So I wish you future success in what you do. You're entering the real world now, as I like to call it. School is over, but the learning doesn't stop, as several of our presenters have said this evening. So congratulations. Thank you for doing what you do. And with that, I'd just like to bring Trevor up for some closing comments.
Thanks, Mike.
Wow. Well, I'd like to say that I'm really glad, happy we were able to have this event tonight. It wasn't a given. The students kind of know, maybe some of the parents and other folks in the audience may not know. The college has not hosted a lot of stuff. It's been pretty locked down. The majority of the faculty have not been on campus for the last year, and so we've been really fortunate. Being a CTE course or a career and technical education course with the hands-on components, we've been allowed to be here. And so it's been mostly, you know, same old for us really since last summer, you know, with a few variations. So we consider ourselves really fortunate, and so anyway, it's been interesting. And this event is no different, by the way. This event was not a given. We were not able to do anything like this last year, and Matt and I both really wanted to make sure that we did something this year. So I'd like to say a few thank yous. For starters, John Peters, thanks again for emceeing. John's a GM ASEP graduate, so he's always a cheerleader for us. He is the chair of the GM ASEP Advisory Committee, our advisory committee, which is a group of stakeholders, basically. It's myself and Matt and a couple support staff, our dean, if we can get him there, some dealers. We used to have a couple former grads, just technicians that used to come as well. Probably try to get back to that. But John is the chair of that committee. He's also underwriting some of tonight, and Uptring Auto Group has done that for us in the past. They've also done some things like bailed us out when we needed a piece of equipment, but we were in the wrong cycle of the year to be able to get money through the college or whatever. We needed a vehicle picked up one time that was a donation from General Motors, and we had to run to Iowa to get it. And the Uptring Group helped us make that happen. So thank you, John. Thanks to Tracy. I don't know where you went. Where are you? You're right there. Thanks, Tracy, for the keynote. Very, very nicely done. He had to travel from out of the area, so he drove a couple hours to be with us down here. We really appreciate that. William and Shannon, our local GM reps here, they're at all of our advisory committee meetings, and whenever something kind of needs to get done or spearheaded or whatever, they're ready to jump in and try to make things happen. So we really appreciate that as well, guys, and thanks for being here. Brian Dennison, thanks for doing the dealer welcome. Your first time speaking at one of these events? Yes. So I thought so. I wasn't sure, but his dealership has sponsored a lot of students. So you go into that dealership, it's a little bit like going into an Uptring shop, and it's kind of family reunion. There's quite a few ASEP grads over there, and not one more. So anyway, so thank you for being a supporter of us, for believing in these kids and giving them a shot. I'd also like to thank my partner, Matt. He is pretty a critical part of the equation here. He really helped get this event, helped me get this event going. One thing of note, I don't know if everyone here knows this or not, but Matt was just granted tenure this last year, so that means he's here to stay. He's no longer one of those on the fence guys. He's here to stay, and as he should be. He deserves to stay. So thanks, Matt. You're doing a nice job. And then they're not here, but I do want to just give a shout out to Steve and Janelle and Renee. Steve's our tool room technician. He helps keep all of our labs rolling. He helps maintain our vehicles. He checks the tools and equipment and stuff in and out to the students and that, and he's an integral part of what we do behind the scenes. Renee and Janelle are administrative assistants that work in our office, and for instance, this program that's on the table right there, Janelle made that because we don't have in-house print shop anymore, and marketing is a skeleton crew, and so we just had to do this stuff. So they're not here because we had to limit our numbers, but I wanted to give them some recognition in front of this group. Dr. Bailey left. She did leave. I wanted to thank her. And then the dealers. We thanked you before for being sponsors of these students, but again, my personal thank you to you guys for doing your part to try and get these guys' career rolling, and also for the assistance you give us, for being on the advisory committee, for helping us get things done when we need to get things done. So I appreciate that. I'd also like to congratulate the graduates. My personal congratulations to all of you. And then the award winners as well. You guys all deserved it. Jay, Dan, Kevin, you guys did a great job. You earned that stuff. And you all deserve to be here. You all earned your place here. You all earned your plaque, your diploma. I don't think any one of you didn't have some kind of hiccup, hurdle, trouble, stumble along the way, but here you are, all right? You made it to the finish line. There's a lot to be said for that, Quite honestly, in my opinion, the majority of the worth of a degree is in the fact that you started something and you finished it. I think a lot of employers look at it that way as well. So congratulations for sticking it out. You stuck it out. You made it to the finish line. Nice job. This time of year is always, it's a real mix for me. It's a real mixed bag of emotions. We're finishing up classes. We're also getting ready for this graduation event. I'm doing some things like putting the slideshow together, looking back through photos, thinking about, experiences and it's in a way, it's my favorite time of the year. It's fun to congratulate you guys and see you off. It's also fun to think back and look at these photos and think about the fun and the not so fun, the occasional not so funs or whatever, but how far you've come. And I don't know if you guys have been watching these slideshows go, but there's some pictures in there of the first day where they're unpacking their tools. And Harrison looks like he's 12 years old. He was in fact 14 at the time. But all of these guys, they've matured so much and just, every one of them are better people today than they were when we first met them. There's no question about that. And so I'm super proud of you guys for that. And I always, in these closing remarks here, I like to throw out a little bit of advice. And one of the things that I've been working on myself and kind of really seeing the value of that I'd like to share with you is goal setting, okay? One of the really powerful tools you have in your life, and this is, I can't overstate it, it's really powerful stuff, is to have goals. And it's even more powerful if you write them down. But you need long-term goals, and then you need medium-term goals, and you need short-term goals, okay? Long-term goals are things like, I want to have money to retire someday. You guys all want to do that, right? Right? That's a long-term goal. Maybe buying a house for you guys, you might consider that a long-term goal, right? Write that down. Have that as something to pursue. GM world-class certification, right? A couple of you guys, I guarantee you a couple of you have already got that in your head that you're shooting for that. Huh? Short term. Well, not really. Not really. A little bit more of a long-term goal. It takes a while to get there, especially now with the training centers operating the way they are. But if you look at something like achieving a GM world-class certification as a long-term goal, okay, I want to get there. Write that down. That's something I want to do. Now it's in your head. You wrote it. It's official. Uh-oh, I got to do that, right? Your medium-term goals are the things that support that long-term goal, right? So a medium-term goal there would be maintain fruitful employment at a General Motors dealership, right? I need to show up to work. I need to be doing the things that I need to do to be successful. I need to continue doing whatever training is available to me. I need to be that guy in the shop. And then the shorter-term goals are the things that support you getting to work, right? Making sure your transportation's reliable, making your good decisions about, keeping your license clean, things of that nature. Anyway, you can look at all kinds of stuff in life that way. So pick yourself a couple goals after you leave here, right? This is a time to turn a leaf. You're starting a new chapter. Yeah, most of you are going to be working at the same dealership you've been at, but it's going to be different now. You're going to be a full-time employee. The expectations are going to be a little different on you now. It's a new chapter. So set yourself a couple goals, things you want to do, maybe just a couple for you guys right now. And then think about the parts that need to feed into that and pursue that. Okay? So, the best part, probably the best part, we do have some goodie bags for you guys up here. And it's a little hodgepodge mix of stuff. Some of it's kind of silly, some of it's kind of janky, some of it's kind of cool. We've got some vintage things that we found to throw in there. Those stickers that I dished out to you were supposed to be in there, but they were late arriving. Some of it's kind of some vintage stuff that we, out of our personal stash. Some of it's some college knick-knacky stuff. Also in the goodie bag is a thumb drive of all the photos that Matt and I have taken over the last 2 years. Okay? So upload that to your cloud or give it to your mom or whatever. Don't throw it on the floor in your car or whatever. You may not find a whole lot of value in it now, but trust me on this, 20, 30, 40 years from now, that stuff's going to be gold, okay? And then additionally, as most of you are aware, this is typically a banquet. We kept it a banquet just out of tradition because we've done this for 20 years now, and there's always a meal as part of this, which is technically what made it a banquet. Due to COVID restrictions and other things, we were not able to have a meal with the program this year. But we wanted to do something for you guys in place of that. So with the help of General Motors and Uftring Auto Group underwriting a little bit, also in your goodie bag are $100 gift cards, Visa gift cards for you guys to use for when most of you probably going to dinner after you leave here tonight. Okay, so thanks to GM and Uftring Auto Group for stepping up and doing that for you guys. So that kind of concludes my remarks. We've got one of our fancy new donation trucks outside. We would like you guys to, after you've gathered your stuff, kind of head out there and maybe spend a couple minutes getting some photographs. I'm sure moms and dads and girlfriends and whoever would like to get some photos of the students together, either with instructors or with their dealer folks or with each other or whatever. We do have a photographer, a staff photographer here. Mitch is going to be out there taking some shots as well, so he's going to probably try to put some shots together. So we'll find a way to make those available to you guys after we go through them, get them edited or whatever. So anyway, so we'll do that. Anyway, congratulations, guys. Good luck. And it's been a sincere pleasure, and I mean that in all honesty. Congratulations.
Oh, that was a fixed operations summit. So the summits were like a